Henderson Pavilion in Vegas. Our first ticketed show. We only knew 10 minutes worth of...
We knew 5 songs.
I remember everyone like, there's gotta be more.
They were chanting.
And I knew right then and there, I was like, we have to do this.
Well, truthfully, at the beginning of the process, we were so busy that I don't think we fully understood how big it was, because we would go from a single camera show on set for 12 to sometimes 24 hours. We'd go into rehearsals, we'd go into writing music, go into press, we'd fly out to play 3 shows in the weekend, come back. So we didn't really get to interact with our fans. And then I remember doing our first signing, our first album signing. It was kind of one of the first times we were let out to go and see the public and meet people. And that experience was overwhelming. Like, just thousands of fans screaming, grabbing. We needed security. I mean, that was a huge moment. We'd be like, oh wow, I guess this thing's kind of big.
We have to be a band in 3 days?
Like, I've heard the numbers, heard the stats, biggest kid show and premiere in history on Nickelodeon. All this crazy stuff sounded good, but we didn't know what it meant.
No, you have to be a great band in 3 days.
I moved out whenever I was 17 to LA. And then this was an audition that kind of happened right whenever I made that move. And so there was a lot of hard things to kind of manage at that time, which was I'm on my own. I don't really know what I'm doing.
What up, Carlos?
What's up?
Say what's up to all them.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I came here from Florida. I sent in a tape. Nickelodeon was like, yeah, we'd love to see you in person. So my parents flew me out, and after I booked the show, I moved to LA, and I didn't know any of these guys. I was literally going from my apartment to my parking garage to the sound stage, back to my parking garage, back to my apartment. And I remember that there was a point that I called my parents and I was just bawling because I was like, I don't really have any friends, because they were my friends, but we saw each other all day long. And then they had their own friends and their own communities, and I was kind of just in this weird world where I just worked all the time.
You've always had us.
Yeah, thank you, man.
When the first time we played any show, it was a pop-up in the middle of Times Square. And there were thousands of people on the streets. We were on every single billboard.
We could barely play.
They didn't have a
10
choice.
minutes.
It was right in the middle of
And it started raining right before, and everybody stayed. It really was such a rock and roll moment.
Our first show after that was the Today Show as well.
We lived at a time where there actually weren't a lot of big boy bands going on.
We're trying to model our group after a group like this.
A lot of the acts that got big in between us taking a break stopped touring or aren't together anymore. You know, I'm proud that we've really truly created our own identity. And I think that's because we haven't tried to be anything that we're not.
The next phase is we have a new album, and that's a huge deal for us. It was a labor of love, and we're overwhelmingly involved with it in a way that we weren't ever before. We make all the decisions together, and
take things a day at a time.
yeah, take things a day at a time.
We're so proud of this brand, and it's us now.